Morning everyone. It is my first day of hiking Washington, full day. Just about to leave Stevenson, just checked out my hotel, had a really nice rest day. Got most of my jobs done when I got here, basically, the day before yesterday. So yesterday I didn't have a great deal to do at all. A bit of shopping, a little bit of stuff to finish off at the library, and that was it. So I had a nice rest day watching TV. So this next section, I'm hoping to try and get to Packwood, which is 150 miles away. I know for a fact the terrain is going to be difficult. There's a lot more climbs and a lot steeper climbs than I've been used to in the last few weeks in Oregon. So it's going to be a real good test. The pack is really heavy as well. I've loaded myself down with some extra food this time to try and get some more calories in. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, I'm going to walk up Stevenson Main Street and try and get a little bit of footage and show you the town, and then try and get a hitch out of here. So this place is right next to my hotel, and it's actually a weed shop, because obviously weed is legal in Oregon, California and Washington. Over the road we've got the Ace hardware store, and up there you can see the steel sign, or still, and that's where I got my gas canister yesterday. I was really panicking. I had hardly any gas left, and there was no gas canisters for sale in the grocery store. And no like outdoor stores or anything like that. It's a really cool mural on there, isn't it? Very nice. But thankfully, for some unknown reason, this like saw shop, gift shop, it's just a real mishmash of stuff to sell. They had a nice big stack of gas canisters, and for a very reasonable price as well. I think I said it was $11 for a small canister in Cascade Locks. It was $11 for a large canister here. So, real pleased. I managed to get one. I can still enjoy my coffee on trail. If things are looking a bit sleepy, it's because it's a little after 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I'm not sure how my chances of hitching out are going to be, but I'm sure if I stand there long enough, somebody will take pity on me. So on the left side of me there, you can see the mountains of Oregon. I do remember leaving here in 2019 and southbound in Oregon, and the climb out up to the top of the gorge was so difficult. I felt so ill. Literally felt physically sick going up it. My bag was so heavy. I'd had like probably 3 days off here or something. Yeah, it wasn't pleasant. There we have got Bigfoot Coffee Roasters, which is the coffee shop I mentioned. It's just basically an old gas station, but it's really nice coffee, a nice interior. So Stevenson's not very big at all. This is kind of the main street of it. The library is just to my right, up behind the coffee roasters that I showed you. And down this direction, got a couple of banks and a few shops for eating and drinking. Side of the street, you've got the county courthouse there. Over the road, we've got a few stores. We've got the grill, insurance, ice cream. There's a Subway. That's pretty much the only kind of fast food chain that I've seen here. Everything else is kind of independent, which is nice to see. And down this direction, we've got the the pharmacy, you know, the gas station, the bank, and the grocery store. I was thinking about getting some more breakfast. I've only had a couple of yogurts, but I think that's probably going to do me. I don't feel crazy hungry at the moment. I've got a ton of food in my backpack as well, so there's no point in buying more. Oh, there is a nice food smell coming from somewhere. Anyway, that is about it for Stevenson. Like I say, it's not very big at all, and I need to be sticking my thumb out down here somewhere. Just a shame most of the traffic is going in the opposite direction that I need. There's the market, the grocery store where I've been a couple of times. Nicely stocked actually, apart from gas canisters. But yeah, they had a good selection of stuff in there. Right, see you at the trailhead, hopefully. Here we go, guys. The final section. The final section beckons. Got a ride out of town with a local called Andrew, really nice guy. He'd never heard of the PCT, which astonishes me. So I need to do 7 miles, and then there's going to be less than 500 left. Here we go. Before I forget, I want to say a big hello and thank you to Brian on Buy Me a Coffee. Thanks, Brian. I've seen tons of your comments over the last few weeks and months. Really appreciate you following along and showing your support. Thank you. And then a newer member or a newer supporter. I think it's Steve at iNet. Steve, that was really, really generous of you. Thank you so much. And I think all I'll say to your comment is it's never too late. And definitely do it while you can. And when you do it, I wish you the best of luck. And I hope you have the best of experiences. And thank you so much for your support. Well, I'm definitely in Washington. Just getting that real Pacific Northwest forest feeling. There's these ferns everywhere all over the trail at the sides. Walking through cobwebs and spider webs. I can feel them on my face all the time. There's bird calls in the trees, jays. There's the occasional little burst of coloured berries at the side of the trail as well. I'm not sure if they're blueberries or not. I don't know a great deal about berries and things like that, and I'm not going to risk eating what I'm not sure of. But it's nice to see a bit of colour. It's really warm and sticky as well. It's a real sticky heat. The last 2 days, so when I got into the Columbia River Gorge and my rest day yesterday, they were both over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And I actually stupidly forgot to check the forecast before I came out. But wow, it's just really, really sticky heat. And it's only about 9:30 as well. As people who've heard me yammer on about 2019 before and the attempt then, I actually hiked Washington that year, northbound, but the big difference was that it was in June, and there's kind of an unwritten rule that it's still winter in Washington until July 4th. And basically in 2019 it was just not a pleasant experience. It was wet, cold, snowy, misty. You couldn't see hardly any of the beautiful scenery. From the day that I stepped foot in on the trail to the day that I left, my gear just didn't dry out at all. It was just wet all the time. Socks, shoes, tent. I think the only thing I managed to keep dry was my sleeping pad and my sleeping bag. Everything else was just soaked all the time. This time I'm hoping for a different experience. I imagine there will be some snow in places, but certainly nothing like I came across in 2019. Well, fellow hikers, there is officially less than 500 miles of this trail left for me to hike. This is the first time I've come out kind of into the open this morning. All the time it's been through the forest. Extremely green and lush, loads of little flies flying around, really annoying. But it looks like the trees are taking over, and we've got a pretty nice view down into the valley. It's kind of hazy today by the looks of things, and it is extremely humid. Sweat is literally just running off me. It is a climb at the moment. It doesn't quite look like it here, but for the last couple of miles I've been climbing, and I've got about another 3 to go, I think. Well, it's about 12:15, and I must be around the 10-mile mark so far from setting off this morning. Just behind this thing here, this weird-looking mountain, is another great big lump of rock. It's just kind of quite faint on the horizon with the haze and the clouds. So I just come along a little ridge, a little bit of clearing, and then back into the trees again. And these things have just stuck out at me and caught my eye. So you've got this old rotted tree stump here, and just at the base of it you've got these two things, which the likes of which I have not seen before at all. Really vividly coloured. They look almost like jewellery beads. One there, and then this one down here as well. Very, very strange looking things. If anyone knows what they are, as usual, please drop a comment in. There's a few knowledgeable people out there that know. know these things, I'd greatly appreciate knowing what they are. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. It is 10 to 2 and I'm at mile 2163.7. I took an early lunch because the heat got to me. The humidity is just crazy. It's just, the air is just so sort of thick and heavy. You just, I don't know, it's tiring. That's what it is. It just kind of sucks the energy out of you. Alright everyone, so it's a little after 3 p.m. I've just reached Rock Creek where I'm going to stop and fill up with water. I don't think it's going to come out all that well, but the trees down here are just absolutely coated in moss and lichen. It's just amazing. This is what the Hoh rainforest is like on the Olympic Peninsula. Just literally like dripping off the trees. It is really, really cool to see. I think I'm gonna go maybe the other side of the bridge and get down to the water. There's a real strong smell of like, I don't even know. Is it this stuff? Yeah, it's that stuff. It's like the black bitumen. Really strong. There are a load of tent sites here, all scattered around in various places. Right, try and work my way across to the centre without falling in. Oh, nearly. That one's loose. That one's wet and slippy. Oh dear. That's one way to cool off, I suppose. Well, I don't want to stand here too long because I'm not entirely certain what these creatures are, or these insects, but they have got themselves a mighty big hive in that tree. It looks like they're kind of maybe finishing it off. It's weird because I saw a couple this morning like destroyed on the floor just as I was starting the hike, but that's the first one I've seen that's actually hanging from a tree and intact and being used. Very interesting. Very large. Well, I don't even know what time it is, but it's getting dark. Well, not dark, but I would say it's somewhere between 5 and 6 p.m. The light is fading, especially in the trees here. I've taken the ND filter off the camera just so I could film that hive. Today has basically been 2 huge uphills and 2 huge downhills all through the forest, and I'm kind of part way down the second downhill now. Once I get to the bottom of this, I've got a bit of flat, I believe, and then there's another huge uphill. It's about another 2,000 feet up, but I certainly won't be tackling that this evening. That'll be a job for tomorrow morning. My legs are pretty shot at the moment. Been just sweating so much. I really hope that it's not this hot tomorrow, because this is pretty unpleasant hiking like this. think I've got maybe, I'm going to guess about 3.5 miles now to a water source. I think it's called Trout Creek. I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to do about camping tonight. There's a few spots marked on the app, but not a huge amount. And there's apparently a little developed campsite, well, like with a, like a Forest Service one with a pit toilet. That's about 0.2 of a mile off the trail. I guess we'll just see where I get to, how I feel, and what time it is. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at mile 2180.5. The last time I spoke to you and told you that it was probably between 5 and 6 p.m, it was actually 20 past 6. Lost track of time a little bit. It is now 7:34. I stopped at Trout Creek and I've filled my water up. Went over the bridge and there was a cardboard box on the floor that said Trail Magic, and it had a load of homegrown apples inside. And extremely tasty they were too. Probably the best apples I've had in America, full stop, on any trip. Really tasty. I took 2 because I'm greedy like that. There was loads of them in the box. And thank you very much, Trail Angel, that put them there. Basically now I've got water, I've got some miles in. I'm literally just walking to find a campsite, hoping that I'll come across something. And if I don't, there is another river in about 2.5, 3 miles that's supposed to have a few camp spots near it. Alright, good evening everyone. I'm going to make this very quick because I'm camped close to other people. It's about 10 past 9, I don't want to make loads of noise. I'm camped on the berm of a river. There's not a great deal of camp spots in this area at all, so I met another guy who was looking for this spot as well, and we both kind of came across it at the same time. At the moment I'm just waiting for my noodles to cool down so I can eat them. I've ended up doing 32.7 miles today, which I am quite literally overjoyed with, even if I don't sound it. I didn't think I was going to get near that. I felt really, really tired this morning and achy, but pushed on through and yeah, done pretty well. So I'm camped at just off mile 2182.9. As I say, we just come off a little trail to come down by the side of a river, and there's there's at least 4 of us camped on this berm this evening. So anyway, that is going to be me done for the night, guys. Quite obviously, that is the end of day 134. Tomorrow we'll see if we can get up and over this whacking great climb that we've got to do, and see what awaits us on the other side. Good night, folks.